Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs. Welcome back. Today I'm sharing what I'm working on for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 5, and the third prompt for the year for March is Huswif. And Huswif, I believe that's a German word, and it means housewife, but it also is what it is a little sewing kit, as many may know. And these sewing kits were given to soldiers in war or in peacetime. And they were made for them by family members, mothers, sisters, wives, and given to them. And sometimes they made their own as well. And so each one is individual to their unique and individual to what the person may have decided to put in theirs, or just the way they decided to put it together according to the materials that they had on hand. And I just thought to myself, I really don't need anything like that. I myself have plenty of storage for needles and pins and scissors and little kit form. And these are just a few of the ones that I have. This is a needle book that I love. This is made with Blackbird fabrics, and I used this right up till recently. I put my initials here and my a little key, a little charm, and it has pockets. I used to sell these on Etsy, and this was really nice. It did serve the purpose, but I found I needed something bigger than this. And this needle book that I made is mostly I use for cross stitching, and there's a place for pins and needles, a pocket for scissors, a little pocket for my pen so that I can mark on the pattern where I am. And then this is just a little piece of batting here stitched in so that I can put the extra threads that are not wound back onto the spool here, and they stick. And this little piece of clear vinyl I put over it. On other ones I sewed it right in at the top. And it just keeps the thread from sticking to this is wool, or this fabric when you open it up, so that your threads don't go all over. They're where they should be on that little piece of batting. So that is for cross stitching. And these are this is an étui, this is called, and that's French for a sewing kit. And this is a pattern that I designed years ago. This was in Fons and Porter's Love of Quilting magazine. And there are all different ones, and it's all made of wool. And this served me very well for many years. I made several. I had to make several for photography, and I've made others that I've given away. But this is, again, just a little sewing kit. There's a little place for your scissors, and there's a ribbon here that you can tie your scissors in. There's a little spot for my thimble here to go in this little pocket. And then there's a place for needles and pins, and maybe a needle threader if you choose to have that, or a tweezer, something like that. And then this just would close up easily. And again, so I have several of these. I don't use these anymore because I made myself a very large needle book, which I love. This is very large. This was made from my brother's scarf, and I love it. It's very big. It's got to be probably 9 or 10 inches, 9 inches or so, and it's kind of like a book. But again, it has places for my threads that I can put up here, and it has a place for scissors and for needles, tweezers, stitch ripper, a threader for the large threads that you can't always get through the needle easily, a place for my other thimble, a little pocket here for needles and pins that go. This is a little button card, pins. So I really have everything that I need here, and some magnets to put my needle to catch my needle on, or pins, whatever I'm working on. So I really didn't need anything for me, but I still wanted to make the Huswif. So I thought I would make one for my granddaughter. Her birthday is coming up in May. She'll be 8, and she loves to sew. She's already made a quilt with me, a little quilt for a doll, and she loves to sew. She's got her own little sewing machine, so I thought I would make one for her. And I don't know that she would necessarily embrace the patching of fabrics with slow stitching where you tear. I don't know that she would really enjoy seeing raw torn edges. We love that look, that kind of rustic. I think she'd probably wonder, Nani, where were your scissors that you had to tear fabric? So I just did it out of one piece of fabric for her. And I've drawn some lines on here that I will stitch on, and those are just to kind of stabilize this fabric to the batting, and also to kind of let me know where it'll be folding, kind of give me an idea of the sections and what I can put in those sections, how big the things can be in those sections. And it will look like that closed up. And I may add some laces to this. I'll do some hand stitching, like quilting on here. I don't think I'll cantha stitch the whole thing, but I'll probably do some running stitches on here. And so I will do that before I add the lining. And this is the fabric that I've chosen for the lining. This is a Lori Holt fabric. And this is a 1930s reproduction print, and that's what I did. I chose those colors from my 1930s fabrics. Most of them are by Judy Rothermel, the ones that I have. But they seemed like colors that she would like, happy, cheery little girl colors. And this seemed to go nicely with everything. And so I drew up a little kind of a plan that kind of an idea of what I would do. I'm thinking of putting a pencil holder in here somewhere, maybe down here where she can mark things or draw little sketches if she wants to make doll clothes or anything, and a pin cushion and some pockets. And for the pin cushion, I just took 2 pieces of pink wool, and I will stitch around those, and I'll stuff this so that it's not high, but kind of like a pancake, but with stuffing in it where she can put pins in that. So I'll be including that. And I'd like to put this tape measure in here. I just thought my friend gave this to me, and I just think it goes perfectly in there. I don't think she'd mind if I gave this to my granddaughter, so I will be putting that in there. And then I would like to, I was thinking I would make an oval with a drawstring to put her threads in, but I was thinking I don't know how I would calculate as it's gathered in how large to make the oval, and then of course you have to have the channel to put the ribbon or thread or yarn, whatever, through as the tie. I know with a yo-yo, I think with a yo-yo, if you cut a 3-inch circle, I think it draws up to about 1.5 inches. I think it's maybe half. But with an oval, I just thought that's logistically a little too much for my brain right now. So I thought I would do something else to put threads for her. This is an applique folio that I designed, oh gosh, years ago. It's large, so I don't know if it'll fit here well, but this was to put up to a 12-inch block in here for applique, and this is padded. You could put pins in there, and there's a little pocket here to put any notions that you might want. But anyway, the point of this is that on these sides here, this is a clear elastic that I've sewn in all along here for all the threads that you might need for appliquing. And there's more actually here as well. Let's see if I can move that up. There are more here as well. And this clear, you can barely see it, but let's see if I can move this over without knocking everything over. But it's easy enough to just pop a thread spool in there, and it holds the thread spool nicely, and it's a lot easier than doing an oval drawstring. So I thought that I will do that on her little Huswif. I think it'll make it nice for her to store little threads, and I'll try to put some colors in there that she would like. Come back down here. And so that, I'm thinking, may go in the midsection here for the threads. So that will be something there. And then I'll have pockets going across. I'm not sure if I will use this fabric or not. Some of the fabrics that I've chosen to go with this, I went to my 1930s stash, and again, these are reproductions of the 1930 fabrics, and this is that the dish ran away with the spoon, the cow jumped over the moon, and the little cat playing the fiddle. I just love that. I think that's so pretty. And I think that will look pretty with this fabric that I've chosen for the lining of the Huswif. And then there's this one. I just love these old prints. I just think they're so gorgeous. Well, I love old things anyway, but I just thought that might be pretty in here for a pocket. I'm not sure about this yellow. This is also a 1930s, but I thought it was so cheery and bright, and it looks pretty with the pink. So that one might be nice to make a pocket out of, or a little pouch. I'd like to make a little kind of a pouch, where is it here, with a little flap for her to put something in. She can decide what little thing she'd like to put in there. This is another 1930s. And this looks pretty also with these. The yellow, I'm not too sure, but still, it's pretty. And then this pink one, which I love. This has got little sheep and a little girl. I don't think it's little Bo Peep, but it's just so cute and kind of keeping with that pink and green. And then this one, she loves kitties and cats, so I had to include this one. This is another reproduction print. I don't think I have any selvage on here, no. But I had to include this, and of course it does go with all of these. So those are some of the little fabrics that I've chosen from my 1930s collection of reproduction fabrics. And I think they'll be nice to add these little elements on here, like these little pockets here. And then lastly, well, before I sew this lining on, I think my next step will be I'm going to stitch across these lines. And that will just give me an idea of the sections and what I can put in there in those sections. As it's being folded, I don't want anything to be too large and extend up into the other section, so I'll try to be careful and limit what I put in each section according to size. And then lastly, I chose this fabric also from the 1930s reproductions, and I'm thinking that that might be pretty as a binding around the edge of this. And again, I won't do a tearing, patching, you know, torn edges on this one, because I truly don't think she would fully appreciate that yet. She's still little. So I was thinking I may use this as a binding. I thought that's cheery and pretty. And I may do a little bit of, and because I'm not tearing and layering, I still will be sewing everything by hand. Everything will be sewn by hand on here. But I may, as I close these or fold this up, I may choose sections where, you know, a little stitching is featured. I won't do canvas stitching on this whole thing, but I may do some running stitch in these squares, these rectangles. And I may feature something in there, a little applique or something, I'm not sure. And I've got some lace here. I was thinking I would put some lace on it as well. This piece isn't long enough, but I would maybe put some lace. I think the lace would be pretty, and she would love that. I don't know about the white, if that's a little bit too stark. Should bring that down maybe a bit. Maybe the white is a little too stark. Not sure, but that it could even end up in on the inside too. And I have this lace as well. This is kind of a pretty, this is white too, but there's that. I mean, that could even be a little pocket. And on the inside here with this fabric, I had this little square left over from something, and all the edges are turned under on this, so if she uses it, it's not going to fray or anything. And this edge is folded, so it's finished. So I may put that up here, and she could put a little something in there, maybe a thimble or something like that. She could pop a little something in there, maybe even a little candy. So that's kind of where my Huswif stands right now. I will come back when I have added more to it, when I've done some stitching on it, and maybe have the lining attached. And as I'm beginning to figure out what I'd like to put, what little elements. This I'm pretty sure, though, I will do this little pincushion here. I think that would be really cute. I have one here. Let me see if I have it close by or not. Maybe not. No. Let's see. No, I don't have it right here, but I was going to say I have a little square one with some lace on it, which is awfully cute, and it's not too fat. So I don't know, maybe I'll even make this into a square, not sure. But so that is where I stand right now, and I think this will be fun, and I think this will be something that she can use and enjoy. And so thank you very much for joining me, and I'm wishing you many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.